Today, we are talking about financial freedom, what it looks like, why we even care about it. I want to start off with an icebreaker question. So, what is financial freedom for y'all? Maybe like a one liner or just a vision that you have for what financial freedom looks like, feels like. Just kind of want to get your feedback on that.
I say never having to work for money.
Yeah, I like the way you put that.
For me, I think it's all about being able to comfortably provide for what soon will be like my future family.
Yeah, that level of comfort and security. I like it.
Just options and freedom, right? That's just if it kind of encompasses everything right there. So yeah, anytime you can decide what you want to do when you want to do it, it's always a good thing.
Yeah, no, I love it. No, perfectly well said, all of you. Like when you think about financial freedom, I want to kind of dial it back, look at retirement, right? What is the goal when we think about retirement? Are we really just trying to save up a pile of cash to be secure and not work, sit on the beach? And you really think about what the goal of retirement is. It's not a number. It's not necessarily I want to be on a vacation forever. It's really I want to have options. I want to have that piece of not worrying about what I'm doing next. If I want to start a business, if I want to go back and do a second career, if I just want to spend time with family, just retirement is all about those options, that autonomy of your life, and really financial freedom. And I hope this is an encouragement to you that that feeling of financial freedom can be achieved a lot earlier than retirement. You don't have to wait for 59 and a half to start withdrawing from your retirement to be financially free. And there are a lot of ways to actually get there or really enjoy some of that financial freedom now, despite some of the situations you may be in for your savings and your debt payoff goals. One thing I always want to talk about financial freedom wise is like I said, with retirement, it's not about not working. In fact, a lot of people who do retire, who take off work for about a year or 2 years, get sick of it. They get bored and they want to go back to work. And the reason why is because, God put in us this spirit and the spirit of purpose and mission driven work to do, to serve others. And the really profound thing about that is that we get a lot of that fulfillment from actual work and actually serving in the marketplace. And when we think about our work like that, instead of just a job, instead of just income for the family, but actually purpose-driven work, then you'll be able to understand and experience that financial freedom. I'm sure a few of y'all are already making transitions or have made a transition to a new profession so that you can experience some of that autonomy, some of that fulfillment in your work, and hopefully that'll translate into the financial freedom side as the money stuff works itself out. So I want that to be an encouragement that wherever you are in your journey, you can find some aspects of financial freedom, of that fulfillment. Just community is all about being financially well, and financial freedom hopefully will be on the back end of that as you're completely out of the debt, completely have control over your life. I want to mainly talk about how to even envision financial freedom. Like, what does that even look like in your career? What does that look like in your home? And how to achieve that well before you turn 60 when you're legally able to retire, right? Financial freedom comes from choices, right? And a lot of the choices can be made when you don't have the things in your life burdening you anymore. Most likely, if you're in this community, you're in the debt payoff process or already paid off your debt and you're working on that savings. And that itself will give you that level of freedom over your life. Not necessarily that you don't have to worry about money anymore. Money can always be a stressor, but just the level of anxiety, the level of stress you'll have either knowing the plan that you're walking through or already having completed the debt payoff plan, that level of peace is, just scraping the surface of financial freedom. And then you really do have autonomy over whether or not you leave a job at that point to pursue a different career. Being able to financially be sound to make those decisions, I think that's what financial freedom really is. It's not working at all, but really having your finances dialed in so much that if you make a transition with your job, you can weather that. You can really buffer for any kind of risk in your life with that. And so I hope that's an encouragement. I love how all of us are on that journey, right? Well before retirement. We're already making those transitions in our life to do that. But for those of you who may be stuck in a job, who may be, burnt out in a cycle of just constantly working, I know I have a few clients that are dealing with that right now. I want to share that there is hope. And as you pay off your debt, as you kind of reduce those liabilities in your life, that freedom, that autonomy, that is really the best kind of financial freedom that you can achieve. Just have the choice to not work. And if you have savings in your account, if you have, your expenses way less than your income, then you do have that choice. You don't have to wait until you have $500,000 in a brokerage account to do that. And so I think that's really exciting. And so I want to talk about like the dreaming part of it. What does the actual day-to-day look like for you? If you were really, say, fast forward 5 years, 10 years, or really look at yourself now compared to how you were 10 years ago, what does those aspects of financial freedom look like? Does that look like a job change? Does that look like a schedule change, how you spend time with your kids? I'd love to hear kind of what y'all's visions are for financial freedom.
Well, mine's probably just earning money while I'm sleeping. Right, that's the biggest part of it. Right, as my consultation business will be open officially for, started it back in February, but not really open until August. And so, I'm getting clients, which is great, and doing things, but I'm also really trying to get things, like I'm finishing up a toilet training guide right now, and and selling that as a package, and it'd be great. While I'm sleeping, people are buying it, great, and I'm not having to do anything. So even when I quote unquote retire, I want to set my business up where I'm still earning income without having to actually do anything.
Exactly. I love that, right? And it shifts perspective that, you don't have to have an amount in your bank account to reach financial freedom, but if you have systems in place to replace that income and all that stuff, it does all the same stuff.
And kind of similarly to his point, I think building my business to the point that, one day I can kind of hand it off to someone else to run, or have employees that are running it for me, but I still am taking, whatever percentage out of it, and I'm still making income, but it's more passively, than me having to put in so much work and effort all the time. Again, long way to go until we get there, but there.
Yeah, for sure. I love it. I love the enthusiasm, the spirit you have, Sam.
Yeah, I don't know. Mine is probably different because I don't see it like I will just stop working and I'll do maybe some passive things, but I'm trying to switch to being a financial advisor and helping people with their money. I can't envision not being a huge part of what I do, no matter what. Like I'll still have one-on-one interactions, and it's the people. So I already have my investments working for me way more. I mean, it already brings in more than my salary, so it will get to that point. It has to reach critical mass. It took a long time to get there, but my investments outpace my earning ability. So to me, that's the ultimate passive income, and I'm just investing every month and putting it away. Yeah, the business stuff is more like that's like the journey, and I'm gonna put work into it, and kind of like in the beginning, I was talking about I'll do the work I want, and it's not gonna really be like all about the money at that point. It'll be much more like the impact phase of my life where I switch to something where I probably am gonna take a cut from engineering, but I'm gonna do something that I love way more and impact more lives. And the financial side will be taken care of through my investments, bringing in so much income every year, and I can work with the people I truly want to work with, and when I want to work, and where I want to work, and all that. So much more freedom, and like I don't have corporate America rules, or I'm going to get fired, or there's layoffs, or there's a merger, and now like everyone's shifting. Which I mean, it happens in engineering a lot, right? So it's just, and you've seen it, like there's layoffs and everything. So it's kind of like being my own boss and kind of working on my own terms and with the clients I want and where I want, and owning my time schedule a little more too. Like, where I work in the day, how much I work, whether I want to work 20 hours a week. Or maybe, like I said, I don't think I'll ever not want to work. So there's seasons where I'll probably work a lot. Like I feel like I'm working a lot now, but that's okay because I know I'm building something.
Right.
But I need the work aspect. I already took over a year off one time, and I got bored after a month. Everyone's like, "Don't plan things. We know you're a planner. You're gonna plan all this stuff." And I just leave it very open ended. And after a month of like sleeping in and eating whatever you want, wherever you want, and you kind of need structure again.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, for me, that's what I was saying personally. Like, I needed some sort of structure and schedule in my life. So I already know that for me. So it's just that's how I kind of know I can't retire to like nothing or not being super involved in something. But like I said, it'll just be less money oriented at that point. Probably.
Yeah, I think like your experience in particular is unique in terms of you actually paid off your house, right? Like you actually are at a point where your expenses are probably so low, your investments are doing awesome that you're pretty much at that point where you have the choice to just like put all your work into the business and get fulfillment from that. And I think that's so powerful. And I think it'll be super cool one day to do kind of like testimonial type interviews for this community. I think that really builds builds a rapport between the community, but also it'll inspire one another, right? I was talking to Sam too. We're gonna get her debt payoff journey, and I'm excited for some of the stuff we're gonna do for this group, and especially as we're gonna grow it. I want to segue all of that into a more specific question. You can have fun with it. You can be very tactical with it. It's up to you. But, we talk about financial freedom to step away from a business and maybe pursue something else or, find another field or career to go into or just really like a fun job. I think that'd be really cool to talk about. Like if there was something that you can do and you didn't have to worry about money, what would that be? And I know a lot of us are forming the business because that's our goal, because we love actually the business side and serving in that way. So if that's your answer, totally cool. Like for me, of course, this financial coaching stuff, I love it. My second career or something I would want to do is something as silly as food service. Like there's one time I got a job at Popeyes, literally just because their chicken sandwiches were like awesome, and I got free chicken sandwiches for like $9 an hour. But like that, honestly, that was like the most fun I've had in a job outside of financial coaching. And so if I had like all the choices in the world, I honestly may just do that, like food service, Panda Express or like Chipotle, something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a foodie, but
buy one of those places.
Yes.
That's even more fun. Be the owner. Jump off the line, cook whenever you want, jump back out. Yeah, that would be fun, I think.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna add that to my list. I got something that'd be cool to do, or hobby that would be cool to explore and make money from.
Oh, for me, I mean, definitely the financial advising, financial coaching. That's my passion, helping women with money. But the thing I would pick, but I already know I wouldn't be super great at it, is a chef. I go to culinary school. But I know my cooking's not the greatest. I just enjoy it. Like, It's another thing. It's more the process. But I know probably objectively, if I served my food to like just anybody, it's not the greatest. I don't really like making the food that pretty either, to be honest. So I'm kind of like a fast, quick cook, But it's relaxing. Actually, yesterday I was having a stressful work week and I was kind of eating a lot of takeout. And then I was tempted to get takeout on the way to the grocery store. I'm like, no, I'm going to cook the groceries. And it was nice to have like a home cooked meal yesterday, and it's just, but professionally, I don't think I'd do well at it. But it might be a fun endeavor just to go to culinary school. I always thought I had like $80K to blow. I would just go to culinary school to see if I could hack it, make it all the way through.
No, I love that.
Yeah, so obviously I love the financial coaching aspect. If I never got paid a day in my life, I would still do it. Otherwise, I used to be a gymnastics coach, and so I loved doing that too. I love working with the kids and teaching and all that kind of stuff. So if I wasn't doing financial coaching, I would probably be doing something with gymnastics coaching, something of that nature.
Love it.
I think that's the for me, just the consultations that I'm doing now, that's definitely feeds that fire, and it's just nice being where I'm at, making all the calls, right? I don't have to ask anybody if there's families that can't afford my hourly rate. I don't have to ask anybody to either do it pro bono or do it at a greatly reduced cost. So that's just something that I'm living right now. I get it. There's just so much value for me.
Yeah.
It feels good doing that. Wouldn't mind eventually, maybe when I retire. Just even selling things at a farmer's market with woodworking.
Oh
That'd
my
be kind of
goodness,
fun.
that would,
Just
yeah.
like, yeah. See, I have no problem. Like, I am an awesome retiree. I have like 20 different hobbies, so I'm ready to officially retire whenever.
Yeah, I think that's so cool what you mentioned about, especially, owning your own business and owning your own life. You have the margin, you have that control over, like, do I need to charge for this? No, I don't. It fills all of our cups. Hopefully, it fills your cup as well. And yeah, I'm on the same boat with you, Jason. Got a lot of dreams for retirement, like get on a ranch, maybe get some animals, some horses, some mini horses, some goats and chickens and all that stuff, and sell eggs, like something as like simple as homesteading and stuff. So today was, relatively short in terms of the content, but it really goes to show that as we start thinking about these scenarios, as we're starting to envision our future, we put into context what we're working for, right? A lot of times when we're paying off debt, it can always be about running away from something. It can always be about feeling, stress and trying to alleviate the stress. Obviously, that's a good motivator as well. But when you actually look forward and see kind of the vision you have for your future, those are the things that make you smile. Those are the things that we can laugh about and really just enjoy, because we know we can make that happen. Like, you absolutely have the control in your life to do it. And if finances are weighing you down, the debt's weighing you down, hope you have some hope that you can get out of it. And yeah, plenty of testimonials. Like I said, we're going to do some recordings of those testimonials. I think those would be super fun. And if you ever are interested in sharing your own testimony, definitely let me know. You can put it in the comments below, or reach out to us wherever you're watching the recording. But yeah, so that wraps it up for financial freedom. This topic was very general, like visionary type topic. We're definitely going to have more tactical, say, like investment advice or strategies and things like that, if that is content that you guys would find valuable. Andrea, being a financial advisor, is very well equipped to speak on that, and I think that would be a really great conversation to answer a lot of your questions that you may have about investing, or you have about the actual retirement process. Hopefully we can also get a realtor or real estate investor in here as well to talk about, like, what are some of the misconceptions about owning real estate and renting it out, and is it actually as hyped up as it all is to be? Not all of it is. But yeah, the goal of this group is really to provide not just value in terms of mindset and being financially well, but we also want to give you the tactical information. We want to give you those actual steps so you have things to actually work on in your life to improve it financially. So that's it for this week. Hopefully you enjoyed the content, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. If you're in the financial wellness community, you have the discussion board, you have direct message, but drop it in the comments if you're seeing this on YouTube. If you want more content like this, join our community live. You can ask your questions and all that stuff. But until then, we'll see you in the next video.